Ho, ho, ho. Do I feel good today? What is good, DTL Universe? It is your boy, and this is your daily sports and sports betting brand of record. We like to call it Driving the Line. You can call it DTL. For everybody who is new, who is trying us out, welcome. We are live every single weekday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, on demand on the weekends, only for a couple of more weeks before we go live on Sunday mornings. Now, before we move forward, as always, we must look back. How did we do on Tuesday? Well, Raphael sailed to the over on the Astros. Check mark. My man from the dirty Charles coming through during the day. However, Soupy, so I've taken him off the show today, 2 X's. And AB, unfortunately, missed his as well. But we are a team and we are a crew for a reason. Now, as always, when we get close to what I like to call the school year, where our bread and butter football starts, and it starts this Saturday. Can you believe it? College football. My man Howie Schwab would have loved this time of year, but he's always looking down. The Howie Schwab Crew play of the day. Here are your selections. And by the way, don't be scared to hit that like button for me, please. It really helps the show grow. Red Sox Astros over 8.5. Red Sox are a terrific road team. They like to score a lot of runs. Last night, this would have hit. So let's try it. See if that's the choice today. Or if you prefer, we can go under 8.5. Also, Seattle, they are in La La Land, about 50 miles from where I'm sitting right now. We can go Mariners, Dodgers over 7.5, or the under 7.5 as well. You can watch our show everywhere. We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube page as we continue to elevate. We continue to evolve. And you never know where we're going to show up in the next little bit. But with all that being said, you guys know I have the best crew in the business, and it is not close. It is time, ladies and gentlemen, for the picks. Oh, the chat is already popping, and we're going 5 wide today with 4 of my favorite human beings that walk planet Earth. Now, I have 2 guys that were absolutely perfect yesterday. So the question is, where do I go first? Well, because my heart is full and because certain things are happening behind the scenes, and this man was responsible for part of that, that's how I'm making my decision today. So, Charles, I need you to stand by. Oh, my numbers guy, Rafael Esparza, you, sir, get our 15 seconds. Good morning.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, crew. Nice hit on baseball as well, Charles. You had a nice day, including soccer. So I'll give you a little plug on that one. It's a great day. I was on the first episode of the podcast yesterday, so I'm just rolling. Hopefully, we have another success show. So I'm pumped. I can't wait. It's only, Wednesday, Thursday? I don't even know what day it is. That's how pumped I am.
We have so much content going on. I didn't even plug it at the top of the show. The inaugural episode of DTL, the podcast, was fantastic yesterday. You guys, a bunch of you downloaded it, so thank you for that. That will be daily. We'll do another one today with DG, Raphael, and Seabass, all on the show. Drops around between 2 and 3 in the afternoon. Just subscribe, and you'll be notified every time it drops. Now, this man is just sails right along, just gets those green check marks, and he's happy to be a part of the team, and that's why I love him. My man from the dirty Charles. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Coach. Crew. Yeah, huge shout out to you all for the first ever podcast. Raphael, Soupy, great job yesterday. Outstanding as well. Looking forward to today's show as well. Big card in the soccer world as well. We have MLS coming back this weekend also, so very excited.
Ooh, we're going to have so many different sports to choose from. And this man loves all of them. He's the only 5-star chef in the game. Seabass, good morning.
Morning, Coach. Morning, crew. Yeah, I like my sports, like my food. Just a buffet, a smorgasbord of options. So, yeah, let's get into it.
You've been working on that background. Where are you at this morning, Seabass?
Yeah, you missed you were doing that golf stuff in DG's neighborhood. So I'm down in my basement, got my office, getting it together. We're almost matching with the blue backgrounds. How cute is that?
Oh, that is cute, I suppose. He's being banished even before the little one arrives. He's being banished to the basement.
Gotta claim my space.
That's right, wherever it might be. And finally, he is prepared, ladies and gentlemen, to make the very first football play of the year. We call him DG. How are you, sir?
I'm good, Coach. Good morning, crew. Listen, I'm excited to be here, but you know what I was even more excited about yesterday is I got a little notification from our guy, Austin Thompson. He went ahead and bought one of those DG hoodies. Looking nice, feeling good. It's getting cold outside.
God. I knew we were opening up a can when we gave you guys your own merch. Oh, geez. So now we've sold one DG hoodie. Send us a picture. I'll put it on the show. Austin, send us a picture to me. Or send it to DG. I don't want to DM like that. Send it to DG. He can get it to us.
I still
by the
need
way,
a nickname.
What's that?
I still need a nickname.
We're still working on that, right? Numbers guy.
I know.
Numbers guy is great, but you need something that'll just like snaps, right? Just
Maybe the chat can help. Maybe the chat can help me out in picking a nickname. Oh no, man, no, maybe not.
We don't know what we want to do. All right, let's get to it. Also, do not forget 24 days to the NFL continues today. We're going to the AFC South with Houston and Jacksonville coming up just a little bit later on the show. But let's start with my man that always starts the show. Charles, you are up, sir.
The playoff round of the Champions League qualifiers, they resume today, and we have Dynamo Kiev, who has averaged 2.5 team goals this new season, and Salzburg, that has averaged 2.8 team goals on the road over their last 25 outings. With this match being played on neutral ground, there's no home field advantage, and I expect Salzburg to keep up their dominant start to the new campaign. So I'm taking Salzburg, first half team total over half a goal, and Salzburg team total over 1.5 goals. Once again, this is Champions League qualifier, Dynamo Kiev and Salzburg. And lastly, I do have a stay on your toes live play because I do expect at least 3 goals in this match. The over 2.7 full time, and you can find this at DraftKings as well. And this goes off at 3 p.m. Eastern.
So over 2.75 in this same game.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, I love the stay on your toes plays. All right, Charles, great start, sir. Great start. Now, Raphael, it's only going to be another week or two before you're going to be locked and loaded with football, I would imagine. But right now, you've got the horses in your head. You're up.
It's Wednesday. Wednesday means Saratoga starts, and the weekend starts at Saratoga for me. We're going to race 7 at the track in New York. We're going to do a $10 exacta box. We cashed on Tuesday at Louisiana Downs, Charles' favorite track. Probably made anywhere close to $300 to $400, depending on your dollar amount. So this is free money. We're going $10 exacta box 1, 2, 6, 8. Keep an eye out for this one horse, Lost the Roam. I like the favorite, Running Ray. That was my nickname in high school football. But the 2 horse could probably win this one, but I think a long shot could come in second. I think this exacta box will pay well. So keep an eye out. And also keep an eye out for the 8 horse, Complete Agenda. Has great late speed. Mike can hit the board.
All right, very good. A lot of horses are going to be running today, just like you all should be running to the front door. Do you hear that knock? Do you hear that doorbell? Well, guess who is there? Factor Meals. That's right. As we start to get a little bit cooler in the fall, it's time to fuel up for them with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Meet your wellness goals in time for summer thanks to the menu of chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. This is all you got to do. Head to factormeals.com/DTL50 and use code DTL50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code DTL50 at factormeals.com/DTL50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while subscription is active. Thank you to Factor Meals. And by the way, because AB is very, very selfish with his food, as we know, Factor Meals gave us some free stuff. Who do you think got it, ladies and gentlemen?
Not the chef.
Yeah, not you, Seabass. It was AB, and it's sitting on his desk. He keeps sending me the picture from Factor Meals just to taunt it. So we're going to be working with you, Seabass. Don't even worry about it. But
I want to hear about those meatballs.
Yeah. All right, let me come on. It sounds really good this morning. I'm starving. It's only a little bit after 7 out here in the West. All right, Seabass, we'll get back to you. But DG, there's a couple people in the chat. And Tony, part of the reason we don't have a ton of baseball is, to be quite honest with you, baseball's been very, very difficult as of late. But last night, I gave you live plays. Candidly, they did not hit for me. But, Tony, I will release 2 more Cashing with the Coach plays today after the show. We've got probably 7 or 8 day baseball games. And if anybody on the crew has another play that they like, then we will add that too, because I know there's day baseball. We don't want anybody to be upset. But, DG, you found a couple of things you like in a walks parlay. Is that correct?
That's correct, sir.
Let's go.
All right, let's get it. Today we have the walks parlay that everybody loves and coach's favorite. We got Roderick Munoz to go 2+ walks here, 75% of the season, 12 of the last 15 games. He's had this going against a D-backs team that ranks second in walks drawn versus right-handed pitching. So I'm going to go with that. But also Michael Lorenzen, 2+ walks in 77% of the season, 8 of his last 9 hitting with the 2+. The Angels, they suck. But what they don't suck at is drawing walks. They rank 6th in walks drawn to right-handed pitching in the last 15 days. We're going to go with both of these guys to have 2+ walks each. The walks parlay of -105.
I like that a lot. By the way, because we have crew members everywhere, DG, you've got 2 guys that you do a Friday show with, and Mark in the chat said that Tony, who wants more baseball plays, can find some at Just the Stats Sports shortly. Can you tell me exactly what that is, sir?
Yeah, so Just the Stats Sports was kind of brought up and made from Mark, who is at Better Days Ahead, but also Robbie Hockey. And so they created a site. It literally holds the plays and gives a breakdown of every single play. And so just like a site that you formerly might have used, it's very similar to this in the same way. So go check it out, Just the Stats Sports.
Gotcha. Sounds like something maybe long-term could be viable. You just never know. I like competition. It's a good thing. Now, Seabass, let me come over to you in that dazzling new background, taking his career seriously. I absolutely love it. Where are you headed today, sir?
Well, I don't know about seriously, but I've definitely enjoyed myself. We're in day baseball. There's actually 2 plays on the board today for baseball. I like Sean Manaea today, over 2.5 earned runs at even money. Even money is a great play here. I like him to give up 3-4. They're playing the Orioles. He's at home. He's got a 3.49 ERA, but if you dig a little bit deeper, that fielding independent ERA, that xFIP, is actually almost a point higher, which means he's been pretty lucky. He's had some help from his defense. He's given up more than 2.5 in 3 of his last 5 games, and Baltimore is number 6 in runs over the last 2 weeks. So Sean Manaea, over 2.5 earned runs. And then my favorites, the WNBA. We're back from the Olympics. So we've had a few games in. The Mercury, they're 2-1 in 3 games since the Olympics. Minnesota Lynx, they are 2-0. Mercury fighting to stay in the playoff race. They're playing the Atlanta Dream, 9 wins on the season, so I like them to win. And then should be a tough battle between the Lynx and the Aces tonight, but I like Minnesota to hold on to that number 1 seed in the West. So play them in a parlay at +156 on the money line.
Yeah, Maurice in the chat says, I don't like the WNBA Aces today. And clearly you don't either, Seabass, so he agrees with you. It's going to be a race to the finish in the WNBA. I wish the NBA did it the way the WNBA does it, and you just got the top 16. Let's put them into a blender, and let's roll. That's the way I wish they had it. All right, Seabass, thank you very much. Now, DG, sometimes when you're working on a lot of things, sometimes things can sneak up on you. B Mills in the chat says, we're going to have more college football talk coming up. Well, of course we are. And every single week, Thursday and Friday, we'll have college football picks. We'll have discussion. We're going to have it all. It's going to be our bread and butter. But it all starts week 0. This Saturday, College Game Day is going to be in Dublin, Ireland. Notre Dame is on the road, I believe. So, DG, if you don't mind, this will be the very first college football pick in the history of driving the line. So we're all going to take a step back. We're going to put down our pens and paper, and we're just going to let you soak it all in. You're up, sir.
I know what everybody's really missing. Is it college football? No, it's Duke. It's over here, Duke. Okay, so listen. All right, so Duke's in the background trying to bomb us, but he can't bomb this pick. And this SMU over 7.5 first quarter points at +105. When I saw the number come out, I was kind of shocked for the simple fact that they were first in first quarter points last season of 12.3. They have so many of their guys returning from last year's 11-3 team, but also mainly their quarterback. And so that's what I looked at. I looked at the total here for the first quarter because I do love first quarters and how to manipulate them, because how teams can come out from the start and their game plan from the coach mainly. And I saw the 10.5. I don't think Nevada can score. I'm going to go with just the points here from SMU. Over 7.5 first quarter points +105.
I absolutely love it. And as I'm starting to think out loud, we'll be getting more picks on the show Thursday. Today is Wednesday, correct, DG? It's not Thursday, right? All right, it is. All right. So we still have Thursday. We still have Friday. We'll have a ton of college football plays as well. We will discuss some of them on the podcast, which airs every single day. So I like having so many different places and platforms for DTLs we head into the fall and NFL football. I believe everybody has their picks out. Is that correct? Yes? Very good, gentlemen. All right. Now, we are knee-deep, neck-deep. If you are brand new to DTL, we are doing a 24 days countdown to the NFL. 16 days are individual teams. Then the final 8 will be the divisions. Today, we head to the AFC South. It's time. Producer man. All right. So we start with the Houston Texans, a playoff team under C.J. Stroud. They're not going to sneak up on anybody this year. According to DraftKings, the number is set at 9.5. Juice to the over at -140. So, Raphael, let me start with you. We going over? We going under?
I'm going over just because last year I had to eat a crow all season long because I was not a CJ Stroud fan. I was not a Houston Texans fan when the season started. So all season long, I had to eat crow, and I'm not going to eat crow this year. I like Houston this year. That's why I'm going to lay the juice with the over. 2022 and 2023, they improved by 7 wins and made a playoffs. That is ridiculous for a rookie quarterback and a young team like the Texans are. I just think they're improving. They probably had the best offseason if you look at their draft and who they brought in. Outstanding offseason. And their 10 games decided by 7 points or fewer last year, they won all those games. So I just like the way the Houston's going to – I know the division got a little better, but I just think Houston is going to be there, and I will not eat crow back-to-back years in Houston.
And they added Stephon Diggs in the offseason to all those weapons that they have now. So we're going to go over with Raphael. Charles, let me come over to you. Where are you headed?
I'm going under. I'm going against Raphael. Shocker. I think the Texans, they caught everyone off guard last season, so I think they're going to regress. They had a softer schedule, so it's a little bit tougher this season. Division's a little bit tougher. They got the Colts, Jags. I think they'll probably split those. Then you had the Bills, Packers, Jets, Lions, Cowboys, Dolphins, the Chiefs, and the Ravens. So, yeah, I think they're right about 9 wins as well. So I'm riding with the Texans under 9.5 wins.
Yeah, Maiden Focus says Texans are ascending, a good ball club, but maybe not good enough for Charles. Seabass, let me come over to you. What do you like? No. That's $1. It's $1.
Motto.
Yeah, send that to you, Venmo later. I like the Texans to go under this season. It's a really good number or a bad number, whichever way you want to look at it. I've got them probably right at 8-9 wins as well. I don't think that they're going to have that same success that they had last year. I think we see a little bit of regression from C.J. Stroud. I like them probably about 8-9 wins this year. So I'll take the under.
Interesting. Did you say again, I like the under? So you and Charles. And Big Cheesy is asking in the chat, Raphael, why are you always against everybody else when it comes to the over and unders? Why is that?
That's an easy answer. This is the public. If the public won all the time, the lights in Vegas wouldn't be on all the time.
So, DG, Raphael just called you the public. He just took a direct shot. What say you?
Listen, I have never been a part of the public. I'm pretty weird. I'm myself, but what I will say is I'm going to keep rolling with the under 9.5 at plus money. You would think the numbers guy has the plus money. No, he's the guy drinking on the juice. We're going with a Texans team that is very good. I love watching them, but they don't call it the sophomore slump for no reason. The second year you're coming into this, people know who this Texans team is. They know how to go against them. They've had all season to combat them. Yes, they picked up Stephon Diggs. It doesn't matter. I think they're a good team. I just think they're a 9-8 win team. So I'm going to go in the under at plus 120.
Japan agrees with you. AB would love this one. He says in the chat, huge regression season for them Texans. Titans are plus 1,000 to win the division. and we'll be discussing the AFC South coming up in just a few days. All right, now let's go to the props. And if you're new to our little show, this is how we encourage you to do props. Open up a separate account. Just put the props in there. They're going to sit there for 3 or 4 months. They'll get paid out in January, and we can all celebrate together. But it will drive you insane if you just look at it day in and day out. So, Raphael, what is your prop for the Houston Texans?
And when you do open it that separate account, don't tell the wife about that separate account. I highly, highly recommend that. But I'm shocked that CJ only threw for 23 touchdowns last year after his monster season. And I just think the running game is going to be really key here. Look for a lot of maybe run plays for Stephon Diggs as well. So I don't think he's going to go over this number. So I'm going to stay under this one. Again, a little shocked he only threw 23. Don't see it happening again. So give me the 28.5 minus 110 for touchdown passes for CJ Stroud.
I'm just terrified one day I'm going to open up my phone. I'm going to have a text or an email from your wife. Whew. And Tony says, so true. Don't tell the wife. That cannot be a narrative on Driving the Line. Coach, that no. Yell said. All right, Charles, where are you headed?
I'm going to take exactly 2 wins in the first 5 games for the Texans. I think that they'll defeat the Vikings, Bears, and I think they're away to the Colts, and then the Bills and Jaguars are the other on the first 5 as well. So definitely, I think they have exactly 2 wins in their first 5 at plus 250.
TJ Parker said, tell the wife DraftKings is the duck cleaning company. She may or may not believe that. Seabass, where are you headed?
Stephon Diggs, new addition to the Texans this year. They've got a pretty solid receiving core with Nico Collins and the addition of Stephon Diggs and Tank Dell. While I don't like the Texans to get to 10 wins, I do think CJ Stroud will be throwing the ball a lot as he did last year. So I like Stephon Diggs over 5.5 touchdowns.
All right. And DG, talk to me.
Who doesn't like a revenge narrative? I'm going to go with Stephon Diggs for 2 touchdowns versus the Cowboys. Who do the Cowboys have? They have his brother playing corner. Ooh. They were able to do this last year when they were playing with Buffalo, but now Buffalo is out of the picture. You have these games being on turf in a dome, a little bit faster. And so I'm going to go with Stephon Diggs, 2+ TDs versus the Cowboys at plus 1,200. And if you're wondering what week it is, it's week 11.
My man, digging deep for his Texans prop at plus 1,200. Almost like it's a competition. Who can get the more plus money play for these props? I love it. All right. So that is a Houston Texans franchise. How good are they going to be? Well, Jacksonville, the last few years, they've kind of been the class of the division. But now it's time for Trevor Lawrence. He got his bag. He got his money. Now it's time for him to get his team to the next level. The number, though, is set at 8.5 according to DraftKings. It is basically even money, minus 110 both ways. Raphael, I'm interested. What do you got?
Look at those Goldilocks on Trevor Lawrence right there. But I'm going under on this one. They're back-to-back 9-win seasons, but that streak ends. I am not sold on the Jacksonville Jaguars defense. Their defense is going to be the big reason why they lose a lot of games. And their first 5 games in the schedule is brutal. I do not like Jacksonville. I'm hoping Duval City is not listening because I do ESPN in Jacksonville, so don't be mad at me now on Thursday. But Duval is going to be a very long season this year.
All right, so that's Raphael. Now I'm anxious to see where everybody else goes. Charles, do you agree with Raphael or not?
Of course not. That's Duval County. But I'm going to go with the over 8.5 wins. I think the Jags are going to be way better than many might think. Dougie P and Trevor, I think they can get them to at least 9 wins. You know, I pinpointed the Browns, the Colts, Texans, they should split, then possibly sweep the Titans. Then they get the Bears, Patriots, Vikings, and Raiders. So, yeah, give me Jaguars over 8.5 wins.
Did you say Dougie P?
Dougie P.
Dougie P?
I love it.
I feel like low key, he's like a hip hop head, and like Charles at home is, blasting. I don't know the new guys out. I don't want to throw a name out and then somebody offensive, but you guys know what I'm talking about. All right, Seabass, over under.
Just kidding. I'm not muted this time. I like the Jacksonville Jaguars to go over the 8.5 wins. Again, this is another number that I hate. I've got them, again, maybe 8, maybe 9 wins. It's going to be tough, but for the show purposes, I'm going to take the Jaguars over 8.5 wins. 4th year in the league for Trevor Lawrence, 3rd year with Dougie P. So I'm looking for him to progress a little bit more. I think the Texans and the Jaguars, they're going to be the ones fighting for the division title this year. Both at 9 wins, it's going to come down to some tiebreakers, I think. But I'll take the Jaguars over 8.5 wins.
It does. I think the sentiment that you have is the one that a lot of people have, Seabass, is that now that there are 17 games, that it's always a half. It always seems like it sits right where you hate it.
Yeah.
Which is why they put it there.
Yeah.
Which is why they put it there. So I feel you on that.
So
exactly. Feel like you're flipping a coin. DG, where are you headed?
We're going to go with the Dougie P over 8.5 wins at -110. I'm on the same thing as a lot of the guys of 9 and 8. I think this team is better than they look on paper at times, but I just believe in Trevor Lawrence. But Travis Etienne, I think he's an incredible back who can kind of get out a little bit on the shallow routes, but also he's a guy that can be your bell cow and a reason that you're that good. Trevor Lawrence is that good. I think Etienne is really going to be a guy who can really push them and continue to, push them into kind of higher tiers. And so 9 and 8, not great, but I think it's good, especially for the Jags this season.
I think Travis Etienne is severely underrated. I loved him in college. I love him in the pros. And they got to be very careful how much action or how many times they give the ball to a back. Like, you got to have him at the end of the season. All right. And we're going to get to DG's in a moment. I got a little confused. Was that your prop or was that your over-under?
That's my over-under.
Damn. This cold medicine, it's messing with my head, DG. I'm looking down, and I'm like, did he just do his Travis Etienne? I didn't mean to take that away from you. Let's come right back to you. Why do you like Travis Etienne today for the Jags?
All right, listen, I don't know what that cold medicine is doing, but I want some of it. I am not on Travis Etienne today. I'm going to go on Foyesade Aluakon. Yeah, I know it's hard to say, but I've been practicing in the mirror. I'm going to go with the over 165.5 combined tackles. If you're not used to the combined tackles, it could be either assist or a solo tackle. This guy is a beast. The last 3 seasons, 173 combined tackles, 184, then 192. I'm telling you, if you do not know about Foyesade Aluakon, then you need to go check him out. He is the best defensive player, I think, in my opinion, if he's not on the line, but definitely out of the linebackers, he is incredible. All
right, you look right into the camera right now. Don't look away. Producer, man, take that off the screen real quick. Take that off the screen. All right. I will give away a no. Look right into the camera. I will give away a piece of merch if right now, live on the show, you can spell the first and last name of the guy that you just gave a prop for.
That's easy. I wrote it out. Foyesade. Pretty easy.
Oh, he looked down.
I was making sure I wasn't muted. Sorry. Foyesade. Aluakun is OLUOKUN. Yep, Aluakun.
Wow. Very well done. Very well done. All right. We will figure that out, but we are going to give away one thing. Not right now, but shortly. We'll give away one piece of merch, and maybe it'll be the DG merch. Who knows? I'll have to talk to AB on that one, but we'll do something tomorrow. You guys will have to do something in the chat, but we owe you a piece of merch. I didn't think you could do that. I
wrote it out so many times today.
Oh, man, that was amazing. Now, before Charles clubs me over the head and says, Coach, that was my pick with Travis Etienne, please explain yourself, Charles.
Yeah, I like him to get over 6.5 rushing touchdowns. This is a low number. He had 11 last season, so I definitely think he can get at least 7 for my fellow Louisiana native, Travis Etienne, over 6.5 rushing touchdowns.
All right, very good and very to the point. I tell you what, sometimes I give direction. Not everybody listens. Charles, always right on point. Raphael, you're up.
Coach, I am completely blown away that I'm getting plus a nickel on this prop bet. Trevor Lawrence over 3,800.5 passing yards. He's hit this prop 2 out of 3 times. Yes, I know DG's probably mentioned their best defensive player, but that's all they have on defense, and I think they're going to be behind a lot. So I think they're going to have to throw a lot. I think the running game will probably be obsolete in the second half because they'll be losing. Trevor Lawrence has a big year through the air. Their defense is the reason why they cause losses. Just look at their schedule. I know Charles mentioned it, but that schedule is brutal.
One of the words we love here at DTL is Synergy. Seabass, explain that.
Trevor Lawrence. We've talked about how great he's going to be this year. Again, with the third year with his coach, just progressing. I've got him over 22.5 touchdown passes this year. He hit 25 2 years ago. Last year, he only played 16 games and hit 21. The loss of Calvin Ridley, I don't see it to be a big factor. Like Raphael said, they're going to be throwing the ball a lot if they're down in games, which I expect them to be. 9 wins is only 50%, a little more than 50%. But Trevor Lawrence, we're going to take him over 22.5 touchdowns.
Yeah, in the chat, John says 22.5 passing touchdowns seems really low. Same with the passing yards. Either one of you think why that seems low, or does it seem low to you, which is why you picked those, Raphael?
I mean, I was on the air last week with Jacksonville, and they're really, really nervous on how their offense is going to have to play throwing a lot, because they do believe that their defense is probably going to give up points in that division, especially with the division getting healthier with Indianapolis and everyone else. So I think the odds makers probably made it a little bit low so they can probably hedge off it through game stats, not the future stats.
What are your thoughts, Seabass, on that? Did it seem super low to you when you were handicapping?
I didn't think it was super low, but based on 2 seasons ago and then what he did last year, I thought it was a playable number. With them looking to be behind a little bit, if you will. Look, they gave up, I think they were top 7 or 8 in pass yards allowed last year, and then top 12 in rushing yards allowed. So their defense is not very good. And to be anything competitive in the game, if you don't have defense, you got to put up points. And the best way to do that is throw the ball downfield. So.
All right, very, very good. Love the insight. Hashtag educate and entertain, which, by the way, will come back in some form, but there's going to be so much content. We only fit so much into the show. Gentlemen, very well done. Now, as you know, if you're not here at 10 a.m. Eastern time, we're just past the bottom of the hour. That's all right. We've got you taken care of because, my guys, we understand. You got busy schedules. You got jobs. Maybe you're hiding out in the conference room trying to watch DTL. We've got a little segment called the Whip Around, but today it's brought to you by Reagan, the movie.
Welcome to your life.
You can run from a bully for so long,
There's no
but after a while, you're going to have to stand up to him.
What did the president know, and when did he know it?
I am about to start the biggest war of this century.
You told me you wanted to make a difference in this world.
What would you have me do?
I want you to fight!
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Wants to rule the world.
Now, I may or may not have tickets to the red carpet of that coming up in the next week. I certainly hope I can go. Now, little fun part, and I love the new graphics here at DTL, always evolving. Who can go the yard today? We want you to vote in the chat or go to our X account and vote there. Here are the choices today. Red Sox, they're great on the road. Rafael Devers, plus 275. Jose Ramirez of the Guardians, plus 325. Then Peter Alonso, he needs to start picking it up for the Mets. Then our favorite Oriole of all time, Gunnar Henderson, plus 450. And then the Phillies. Boy, I love this guy. I love his relationship with his son, Nick Castellanos, at plus 600. Charles, as always, we start with you. Who's going to go the yard?
Yeah, I'm going with our favorite Oriole, Gunnar Henderson, plus 450. I expect runs in this game as well. And him getting that leadoff, additional bat as well. I know they moved him from that leadoff spot, but he still could get that additional bat in the 9th inning as well. So give me Gunnar Henderson plus 450 for show purposes.
All right, Edson agrees with you. Japan agrees with you. Seabass, where you headed?
I'm going to go with excuse me. I'm going to go with Jose Ramirez today just because he's on the board, but I also like Trey Turner today to get a home run.
Okay. Trey Turner of the Philadelphia Phillies. Trey Turner. All right. So a little hashtag stay on your toes. I like that. Or what do we call honorable mention. Sorry, Charles. You have so much branding on the show. Yeah, I'd say honorable mention. My apologies. All right. Raphael, coming to you.
I'm going with Rafael Devers, even though he doesn't spell it the same. He should spell it with a PH, but I'll take him at plus 275 because I think we're going to see more runs again in between the Red Sox and Houston. They've been just whacking the ball all over the place. We saw home runs left and right yesterday. Devers goes long, 275.
My gut tells me that might be the Cruz selection today as well. Just a hunch. John in the chat says JD Martinez is on a tear right now. When he is hot, he hits them in bunches. So maybe take a look at him. DG, who are you looking at?
Shout out to John with the honorable mention. That was my guy, JD Martinez. But we'll go on the board here, and it's blowing out to right field. I just don't see how you don't hit one out with Jose Ramirez plus 325 in Yankee Stadium with good weather. Sounds great to me.
So I've just been told by producer man that the crew selection is the Red Sox Astros over. And I do agree with you, DG. When the wind is blowing out, it's a very, very short porch at Yankee Stadium. They went to extra innings last night, I think, if I saw. I was busy doing a lot of stuff for the brand. As I'm telling you what, guys, I know you guys do it too. I feel like I'm working 24/7 right now getting ready for football. I literally laid down at 8:30 my time. Thank God I set the alarm, or you guys would have been stuck with DG hosting today. So
thank you.
I know, right? I mean, how would that have gone? Damn. Seth says Ramirez all day. All right. Thank you all for participating. Don't forget you can vote in the poll at our X account as well. Really fun, good, positive show today. But we got to get back to the picks. It's 10 seconds or less, one nugget per play. Charles, start us off.
Champions League qualifiers, Dynamo Kiev, Salzburg. I'm expecting Salzburg to come out and have a dominant performance. So I'm going to get them first half team total over half a goal and team total over 1.5 goals. And stay on your toes, live play over 2.75 full-time goals. And you can find that at DraftKings. And this is Champions League qualifiers at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, I like the stay on your toes play as well. A little synergy in the same game. Raphael, talk to me with the horses.
Give me Saratoga race 7, $10 exact box 1268. I'm gonna jump on DGs on this SMU. Grab that now. That plus money won't be there because Caesars just moved it to 27 on the game. I think it was 27-28 before kickoff.
All right, Seabass, talk to me.
Day baseball, ladies and gentlemen. Sean Manaea over 2.5 earned runs today, given up at even money. And then we'll go over to the WNBA. We like the Phoenix Mercury and the Minnesota Lynx, both on the money line in a parlay.
Very well done. Do we need somebody in the chat? Seabass was questioning our number, and I want to double check that. I haven't been able to do it during the show. They think your number's too low with that parlay because of the huge underdog that you're picking on the money line. And I'm trying to, is it the Lynx or the Mercury that are the big underdog today?
The Lynx are, yeah. When I was looking at this last night, that was the original number. So it probably has moved a little bit.
Yeah, plus 500 is even the number better. Now.
Even better. That's a lot of bit. I'll take that.
Fantastic. So thank you to the chat, as always, for having our back. That's what you call being a member of the crew, whether you're at home or whether you're on screen. You guys question it. We looked it up. Daniel Long says, I'm seeing the parlay around plus 500. Boom. There you go. Thank you very much. Everything evolves. It's live, baby. It's live. It happens. But that's fantastic for all of you at home. Fantastic.
Even better.
It was like minus 400 parlay or something like that. Throw it out.
Minnesota just moved to 7 or plus 7 just now.
Wow.
Talk to me, Raphael. What'd you say?
The Aces are now minus 7 at some shops. So that's probably going to go higher. It's moved probably almost 2 points since we've been on the air.
There you go. That's why he's our numbers guy. Thank you, Raphael. All right, DG. A lot of people are asking for that DG T-shirt, and they're wondering if we're going to attach DTL merchandise to a picks league. Maybe we'll do that. We've already got the eliminator pool that is set up through a member of the chat, so I'm working on that. But I think certainly we can do DTL merch. But if you guys know me, I don't make promises unless I'm actually working on something, and I'm working on something for the eliminator pool to attach to it that is big. Big. That's all I can say right now. Big. So if I can deliver on that, I'm telling you, by Monday, we'll have something that for all of you, you'll want to participate. So I encourage you all to go sign up for our eliminator pool. You want to participate because the prize could be big. All right. DG, coming to you, big boy. What do you got?
What else is big is football is back, and I'm excited. I'm going to go with SMU over 7.5 first quarter points. They're the team total first quarter points at plus 105. They were first last year in first quarter points at 12.3. Then we're going to go to the walks parlay, 2+ walks from each guy at minus 105. Both of these guys go against teams that are ranked in the top 6 of walks drawn versus right-handed pitching. Both guys get walks today at plus 105. I'm sorry, minus 105.
All right, a couple of housekeeping items. Stego's asking, how can we join the Eliminator pool? DG, I know you're all over that one. Can you explain, please?
Yeah, we have it in the Twitter community, I guess, in the DTL Twitter community. So go check it out there. If you don't see it, I'll go ahead and retweet it. I believe it was from a guy named Lindsay who put it up there. So I'll make sure I put it up there again today so you can see it.
All right, thank you very much. Also, Liddy Raphael is a little upset because I haven't been making picks lately. Can you explain how much time we put into this brand, and how much time it takes to handicap plays? I don't want to defend myself. Could you defend me, please?
Yeah, Coach, AB, and the producer man should not be doing plays because they are busting butts behind the doors. So no, you guys should. The amount of work you three are doing, we should be doing more plays to cover you guys.
Well, we only do what we feel comfortable doing, but in Big Cheesy, I already said my plays were 0-2 yesterday. I already owned that like 25 minutes ago. Thanks for showing up. But no, Liddy, in all seriousness, one of the things we always preach here at our universe is that we never put out plays we're not comfortable with. We don't force plays. I don't let the guys talk to each other. We only put out one play per play. So if somebody puts it in first, then nobody else can put it in. We have certain rules. But for me in particular, nothing drives me more than building this brand with these guys, with this crew, and with all of you at home. And for me to do that, I have to have constant meetings, I send 30 emails a day because this is not just a hobby for us. We want this to be our careers. So it's different than a lot of people. A lot of people just like coming on every day and talking. That's not what we do. So in all seriousness, I'm not going to do plays on days that I don't have time to properly do them for all of you at home. I could throw plays out. That would be fair to you all or fair to the crew. All right. Liddy says, we want your plays, Coach. Make time, please. How about 26 hours to the day? Can we add hours to the day? That's what I'm saying. All right. Gentlemen, as always, well done. DG, Raphael, Seabass, I will see you on the podcast. Charles is over there marinating because he knows that in our new little Pantheon podcast world, the first thing they said, hey, after you launch DTL, the podcast, could you do a soccer one too? Oh, yes, we can, huh, Charles? We're marinating on that, aren't we, big boy?
100% excited about that, Coach. Very much so.
Right. It's going to be me and you. I don't know how many times a week, but it's going to be me and you. All right, gentlemen, thank you. And producer man, thank you for the one shot. Reg in the movie, thank you for your partnership. Factor Meals, thank you for being a part of what we're doing. And I can tell you this, on a Wednesday, in the middle to the late part of August, we are 8 months into this rebrand, and the last 24 to 48 hours have been unbelievable. Good, bad, ugly, because we are moving in the right direction. And it all starts with you. And hopefully over the next couple of weeks, we'll really get everything secured for the football season. But I'm telling you with all the sincerity that I have, that none of this would be possible without you guys showing up live every single day on demand, finding all of our podcasts, all of our shows, everything that we're doing. We thank you. But now it's time to stop with the thank yous and get down to freaking business. So it's time for you to go out into the world. For you to be kind to one another. Be honest with each other. It's the only way that this thing can work. Let's have a day and understand there's only one thing left to do. Podcast drops around 2 o'clock Eastern. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. My Ty Cruz, my man from the Dirty Charles. My numbers guy, Raphael, we're looking for a new nickname. The only 5-star chef in the game, Seabass. My man from Memphis, Tennessee, DG. And producer man, always behind the scenes, making the show look like $1 million. I am simply the coach, trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you. So damn it, we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about. And yes, I saw Buckets bunting. I let him know, don't hurt yourself. It's truly what we're all about right here at Driving the Line. Good luck.